All right. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I'm with Bryon, and we have a special guest. We have Sandy. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great. Sandy.
Yeah. So this is like the first time. What was that?
We got some good opinions this time now.
Yeah, right. Because like me and Bryon love everything. We're like, oh, we love that. We watched it. You know, so you got a new opinion. So, but yeah, so obviously you're married to Martin, who's part of the Nerd Huddle group, and you guys saw that you're watching everything we're talking about. So
yeah.
So it makes sense for you to jump on and talk about it with us. So super fun. Yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, right, live, appreciate it, and we also are on Facebook. We have the first Nerd Huddle group, the Spoiler Kings group over there. So the link is in the description, so you can hang out with us over there. We put up like random little silly stuff and talk movies and TV and stuff like that. But for this tonight's episode, we're talking Book of Boba. What are we doing? Book of Boba, Peacemaker, How I Met Your Father, and maybe some other stuff towards the end, some random stuff. You guys just want to get right into it? Yeah. Yeah, we get way off topic with like theories and everything when we start talking about all that. But yeah, you guys want to jump right into the first show?
Sure.
Let's go.
All right. So we got Book of Boba Fett. Episode 6, right? I lost track now that they added another episode. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they added another episode. They added episode 7, which is next week's episode. Surprise, surprise. That was the rumor, and it happened to be true. So this was awesome. This was a big episode. What you guys think about it?
I really don't know what to think about it. I'm excited. I'm upset.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you like? What was there something that kind of drove you a little upset? Like you said, you're upset. What made you kind of like?
Well, I feel like I want more Boba. It's about Boba Fett. And so far, I love The Mandalorian. And so he seems to be in at least the past 2 episodes. And then near the end, when they have to make that choice, that's what makes me confused and upset to be like, oh, no.
I agree.
Yeah. At least they showed Book of Boba Fett in this episode.
I know.
Last week.
2 whole episodes don't have Boba Fett. All right, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'm there with you. Like it's called Book of Boba Fett. Nah.
Not like watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like Disney is like, oh, we got this old crusty toy with the debt in it, and and then
And
like,
now he's
oh, the
not
new
a
shiny toy.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm there with you. What about you, Brian?
I thought this episode was amazing. I was happy we actually saw Boba Fett. I was also confused that there's so much Mandalorian. It was so heavy Mandalorian. It was, I mean, great. It was all the things that we saw from season 2. I mean, Grogu. The deep fake was amazing. Seeing Luke Skywalker, and it looked like Luke Skywalker 95% of the time. It was amazing. It did such a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, the episode itself, I don't even want to go into like a breakdown, but it just was so well done. And I loved all the characters they brought out, all the new characters they brought out in episode 6. That pisses me off right there. Why you bring all these great people in episode 6? Why wouldn't you do it earlier? Why would we have maybe 2 episodes of flashbacks? Then we have 2 episodes of Mandalorian in the middle, and then 2 episodes to finish the war. That would have been much better for me. But just of course they didn't, and now we got to deal with one helter skelter episode, or at least I think it's gonna be one crazy episode to try to do a whole war. But someone on this panel might think something else that might be going on.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think they're even gonna start the war. For sure they're not gonna finish it. So I got a cat walking around everywhere. They're not gonna finish the war. I think they're gonna maybe start it, and then it's gonna happen. Mandalorian season 3 is gonna be a war. I don't know. I'm kind of lost on what to expect anymore. I didn't expect to see Luke Skywalker or Grogu or Mandalorian this much either. Going in. And now it's all over the place, with it now, and it's like, I love it, but I'm also confused on why they did the things they did. So it's like Book of Boba, but we're gonna squeeze in 2 episodes of Mandalorian in there. So I don't know.
I do like the droids that they showed, the ones that look like little ants.
Yeah, those are
or
cool.
giant ants, I guess.
Yeah, those had to have been new. I don't think I've seen them before. I don't know, but those are pretty cool. I like what happened with he gets there, and then he like R2D2 like he's like, follow me, and he's like shuts off, and they build a bench. Like, all right,
walk away.
I'm going to sleep. I don't know. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Very unexpected. They didn't really say like how long it was all kind of happening, because he was training and he had already left, and then he like somehow started doing all the jumping and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was like, cool. Is this all in one day? Is he learning all of this like so quickly?
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. I was kind of. I don't want them to set up the or the sequels trilogy with what's going on now. I don't want them to make sense on why Luke did what he did in the movies, because that's not, for me, that's not Luke. I think they call him like something else, like it's not Luke Skywalker. It's like John Skywalker, because like they just redid the character that much. So I don't know. I don't want them to explain the sequels in this. Like, do your own thing. Leave the sequels be trash, and you be good. So
yeah, it seems like it's causing confusion as far as like, okay, like what's going to happen with the students and in the future, when like in the movies when he talks about his students then. So it's like, what happened to Grogu? Is Grogu not a student? Like,
right. And Martin says, do you think they'll bring back Cara Dune because of all of this? Probably not. I don't think so. They once they split up, Gina Carano and Disney, it wasn't a civil split up. Yeah. Because like Disney and or Marvel and James Gunn split up, and then that was kind of good, like civil, like everyone's like, I get it, and then they brought him back. Where Gina Carano got fired, and she went on a whole tour of blasting how bad Disney is. So, I don't think it's gonna happen. But I think they have so many other characters now where Cara Dune was kind of so small compared to like Luke and Ahsoka, where
Mhm.
Yeah.
like, ooh, yeah, so
And they brought her back for like such a small time.
yeah. She didn't really ever add too much to the story anyway. I think she was a little bit more important, maybe the recast, but yeah, exactly. Recast Cara Dune. Extra muscle for the war. Maybe.
I think we have enough. I think they have enough of these guys that are bounty hunters that are going to be around.
Yeah. All right. So I have a theory that I want to tell you guys, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. So at the end of this episode, I already told Bryan, super pissed off at Luke Skywalker for making Grogu choose. Such a dick move. I hated it because it happened to Luke when Luke was training on Dagobah, and they're like, if you go save your friends, you'll never be a Jedi. And he's like, all right, peace, I'm out, and went to go save his friends. And then the next movie, he's still training to be a Jedi. So,
yep.
Okay. And then he does it to Grogu. He's like, make a choice, which really pissed me off. And obviously, you know where Grogu's gonna go because we never seen Grogu in any of the sequels and stuff like this. Was in any of the books or anything. So he's gonna go back with Mando. Do you think Grogu will be the true wielder of the Darksaber? He's Jedi, and he's gonna be pretty much Mandalorian. The Darksaber was for the only Mandalorian Jedi, and until we get Grogu, who's going to be a foundling / Jedi, possibly one of the most powerful because he's the same as Yoda, who Yoda was the most powerful Jedi, minus Anakin.
So can the Darksaber be resized? Because isn't it like twice as big as him?
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, all right. Here are the issues we have. So, yes, his size, him trained to be a Jedi, but he has to win the Darksaber from somebody to be the rightful heir to the Darksaber.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless Mando's going to lose it to someone like his name is Cad Bane, he loses it to, but he's not a Mandalorian. So I don't know who's going to beat Mando with the Darksaber in order for Grogu to be able to win it rightfully.
Mm-hmm.
For him to be the leader, the one that is the rightful heir to the Darksaber.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised he's actually able to keep it after he said that his helmet was removed.
Right. But also, I mean, Darth Maul had it, and he ruled, and he was, not even trying to be a Mandalorian. Yeah. So yeah, but I did think that, I thought that was weird too. They're like, oh, well, you're no longer a Mandalorian. He's like, all right, well, I'm taking this armor and this saber and see y'all later. So I don't know.
So what do you think about Cad Bane? Because, I mean, I was doing more research. I didn't know it as much as I could, but I did research on him and seeing that he's the one who taught, was it Boba Fett? Was he the one that taught him how to become a bounty hunter?
A bounty hunter.
All this stuff. I mean, so this is not just a little bit like a little snippet. This is going to be a big thing, him being against him. And, where do you think that's going to go in the story? I mean, that's what I don't understand how you're going to have one episode to even clear all this stuff up. Well, how would you bring him in right now and then be able to try to clear it all up? It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Sandy?
This is the part that gets me confused because I'm like, okay, I haven't seen a lot of these characters before. Maybe I don't remember them, and now they're all, I guess, all gonna have one giant war, is what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like a lot of different sides. Like, whose side are you on? Don't mess with these people. Mess with us, and we'll pay you more. And so that, I think that's the confusion that I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the Filoni verse, which is what everyone is dubbing it, because it's a lot of Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars, which is where Cad Bane's from. They haven't yet got into Rebels, but that's going to be the Ahsoka story. I think it's going to be more Rebels based, with Sabine and Ezra. But Cad Bane's like from the Clone Wars kind of stuff, and he was kind of a badass. Like he like even like Jedis couldn't really keep him trapped, So he's a pretty cool character. How did you think he looked? He went from strictly animated, to now being live action.
He looks
What
pretty
do you guys
scary.
think about? Yeah, right. Yeah, he's cool. He was a very cowboy kind of Clint Eastwood kind of guy. That when they first made him in the cartoon, that's what they were kind of going for. Kind of a quiet, badass.
Yeah, because the Marshal didn't seem like he knew him, but he was like, get everybody inside. Like he was afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he heard. I think he has like they know of this guy. Like, okay, Cad Bane is coming. He is the bounty hunter in these parts. We know. I thought he looked amazing. I mean, he kind of looked like a mix between like the Pikes and and Vader.
I thought it was a Pike.
Having the breathing apparatus around, and I think that was really cool. And he looks cool, red eyes, and boy.
There's some pictures of him in the Clone Wars show, the cartoon. So he's fighting, he's fighting Kenobi. This shows kind of like how bad he is. Here, he trapped this baby Ahsoka when she was little. So he's cool. But I mean, he went from looking like this and this to what we have now. On the show, which is
pretty close. I mean, that was still pretty hard.
Was it supposed to be impressive that he was walking from what appeared to be the middle of the desert, where everybody else seems to like fly in?
Yeah,
this isn't him.
And he just walked. Yeah, and he just walked right back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it definitely gave me that cowboy vibes. Like it was hazy in the distance. And he's just walking in, so it was very old school, like Western kind of style. Obviously, especially with the little quick draw battle that they had in it, which was cool. But yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, right off the bat, as soon as you saw the little silhouette of him, I knew what it was. I like screamed like a little girl. My girlfriend's like, "What? Who is it? Who is it?" So I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
That's probably the same reaction that Martin gave.
Yeah, yeah. It's let me see if I can shrink it. He looks pretty badass.
Yeah, that's the one.
Pretty badass. Yeah.
His nose is creepy.
Yeah, he has like that weird, like flat kind of nose. So there's like cartoon to live action. He has that weird snarl.
Nose. He's breathing. There's a breathing apparatus.
That's true. I never even thought about that.
His nose or not.
But I think he's gonna be pretty cool. He's definitely a guy, like you said, he trained Boba Fett when he was little to be a bounty hunter. I hope they get to fight, which would be super cool. That would be super cool if they actually get to like fight. So here's a little card I found. The most dangerous and effective bounty hunter during the Clone Wars, always prepared. Cad Bane carried twin, blaster, pistols, and many other tools that helped him in the hunt. So
he's fast too.
Yeah.
Dude, I was surprised Cobb lost so fast. I was like, come on, Cobb.
I know. Is he? I hope he's not dead. They made it seem like he might not be dead.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think?
Yeah, they didn't even look at the other guy.
I think
Cobb, the other guy was a dummy.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, just leave him alone. Just kind of rolled him over. Let's keep on going. Like, no, come back, Cobb. I think they're going to rush to Boba Fett's little chamber or whatever and put him in the water or whatever. Help him heal, get him ready, and then he'll be willing to fight. Once again, that's another obstacle for having this war for this next episode. It seems like really, really hard to be able to do those things.
Yeah. One, they're not having the war until season 3 of Mandalorian, or 2, it's a very, very short war. Because you got to figure they have the Power Ranger, wannabes on their little motorcycles, with their colorful motorcycles. Evil Chewbacca, Boba, and then Mando. Yeah. So it was like, Chrysanthemum is pretty badass though. Like all the stories from him. But it was
Maybe,
like you have a handful. What happened?
Oh, maybe that's why they introduced Grogu like now, so that way he's gonna be like at the very end and be like, "Okay, everybody, stop! I have this saber, and we're all done here."
Yeah.
Or Grogu comes in just badass, like I'm a Jedi, and I'm gonna pick up all these things, and they're all dead now. And then I'm gonna pick all these things up, and they're all dead now. And I'm gonna go to my dad and ask him to pick me up and give me a hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then another.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Boba Fett's not even gonna be in the episode. Like again,
he's up in his tower watching everything happen.
Yeah. Exactly how I play it. But
yeah.
Oh, what about the cantina blowing up or whatever that little bar place is?
Espa being most you can't.
R.I.P. Jessica or Jennifer Beals.
You just can't be doing that. I was upset.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was like instantly a fan favorite. Like people loved her. Like one, like it's Jessica or Jennifer Beals. So, as a Twi'lek.
Twilight.
Well, I'd be happy too if I went in there and came out with a helmet full of gold.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of, I was upset about that. I was like, really? I don't know.
But they don't show the outcome. Like, is she gone?
She was right
just half burnt.
I know. I was like, maybe she ducked under a table or something. I don't know. Unless you see them die.
Finally seeing Luke being around for the first, like finally being a movie, seeing them both together. How'd you feel about that?
I don't know. What you want to go first, Sandy?
Well, I'm still blown away by the animation and the voice. Like even the voice.
That was Mark Hamill.
I find that hard to believe, but also believable.
Yeah. Because I was thinking the same thing, and me and my girlfriend were talking about. I was like, "Is that his voice?" Because it sounds like young Mark Hamill, but also Mark Hamill's a voice actor, so if he can be the Joker, I'm sure he could sound like young himself. But he is credited in the credits for the show, for the episode.
Yeah, Martin. So maybe it all ends with a bunch of proton bombs. With a big could be. I don't know. I don't see it being that easy. It's gonna be something silly. Very Filoni. Filoni likes to have nice things wrapped up in bows at certain points. So that's what he's gonna do. But so what were you saying about Luke? Well, Ahsoka and Luke being there was awesome, and seeing how Ahsoka accepted Luke accepting Grogu. You know what I'm saying? Because she would not train him. He said maybe another one would. So, and then seeing him build the temple was pretty cool. Knowing that Grogu would be his first student, how that might have changed things would be so awesome. And what I loved about it was that he said, "I'm not really training him. Grogu's just remembering his training." So I thought that was important too. So maybe he doesn't need all the training that Luke wants to give him, and that's going to buy into his decision. I've already been through all this training. I've probably been higher than you are, that you've gone through, because Luke didn't go through that much, because when he was faced with that choice, he went back to his friends. So now
when
Luke
they
doing the same thing to Grogu.
And when they go in his memories, you can see that he's already with Jedis and they're trying to protect him.
Yeah. Every time they show Order 66, it hits a heartstring. I'm not a big fan of the prequels, but when they did Order 66, if that doesn't make you want to cry, like legit, and seeing them do it again, and I thought, I'm like, is he gonna see his dad through Grogu's eyes? I was waiting for that. I'm like, is Anakin gonna walk up, and I was like, that's fucked up. That'd be so messed up for like Luke to see that, because I'm assuming Luke saw that, right? Because he did the little vision thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but and also Grogu's older. What happened?
Whenever I see Order 66, I just think of like all of Chewie's family, and I'm just like, oh no.
Oh yeah. That was rough, man. For being well, at the time it wasn't a Disney movie, but just being a Star Wars thing, it was just like, how are they gonna do this? Where 1 minute there's all these Jedi, and then the next, like, there's none. And that's what they did. And I was like, why? So but also, like you were saying, Grogu's older. Grogu's 50, and Luke is maybe 30 at this point. Exactly. I mean, he was supposed to be 16 when he first met with Kenobi, after all the training, and now maybe he's like 30, 35. So Grogu's got at least 15 years on him.
So he's probably been through more training than Luke could even show him. The only thing Luke could do is help him remember. So that's why I was like, well, I mean, is this even a choice for Grogu? And maybe Grogu understands you need to have that familial bond. It's not necessary. It's necessary for you to not have any bond at all.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it builds that tension that Anakin went through. To be like, okay, I was forced to forget about my mom and my family, and then bad things happen to his mom, and then he goes crazy.
Yeah. Real good point.
Yeah. That's the thing why I said Luke is a dick for that, because it was like, you think he would understand that, it's like what Bryon was saying, he made the choice between being with his, stay and train or go save your friends. And he, without second guessing himself, went right to saving his friends, and
to Yoda. Like,
yeah. So I hope it's not the end of training. Also, I feel like Grogu can bring Mando to Luke and be like, hey, listen, he's got this lightsaber and you're a Jedi. How about we all help each other out here? So, but yeah, that was just kind of like really upsetting for Luke. I was like, really, dude? I was like, you're literally connected with your sister, where you can like read each other's minds, because they did that at the end of at the time it's what, episode 5? Return.
She helped him. Yeah, it was
the Strike Backs. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So he has a connection. Yeah. And I mean, Kenobi had connections, and you saw what trying to avoid your emotions does with your father.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You lose an arm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was kind of upsetting. But there was a cool, I can't find it now. There's a cool like drawing I always saw of baby Mando, or like once people saw Grogu, they started making like these cartoons of like a older, like a Yoda, but in like Mandalorian armor and stuff like that, because they even said in the episode that their beliefs are contradictory to each other, where Jedi is like, you cut everything off and blah blah blah, which is stupid, and then the Mandalorians were like, no, we're brotherhood and we're loyal and this and that. Yeah. But then it's like, well, how did the guy, I can't think of his name, the Vizsla guy, who created the Darksaber, how did he become a Jedi then? So it's possible for a Mandalorian to be a Jedi, so it can't be that like battling beliefs.
Yeah, but what it is I think as time goes on, people think what they think the cores are, and are those, and then they forget how you could be more than one thing. And I think that's what Grogu's going to have the opportunity to do, show that you can be more than one thing. You can still build the Force, because I like what you said. I think Mando is Force sensitive.
Possibly.
And that could be possible too. And that's why he can possibly yield the Darksaber. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things. Once again, there's so many unanswered questions, because you brought in a whole nother show on episode 5. So like there's so many unanswered questions. So as you said, there's no way this Book of Boba Fett war is going to even. I think you're right. You might not even start.
Yeah.
It might be like something like, Cad and Boba, have a little fight, whatever. Cobb comes up and says, "We'll join you," and they have it all the war whole totally set up. And then Grogu comes and he said, "I'm going to join the fight," and then the show ends. Without any war.
Yeah, and then picks up right in episode 1 of Mando 3, season 3.
Right.
Yeah. So real quick, I want to show this, and I really, really like this because it kind of is more Jedi than what's going on in the show. So it's a cool drawing of like supposed to be Grogu older. So he's got like the Mando thing here, got the skull, the little ball, which is cute, and so somebody wrote this too. So it just says, Master Grogu, I thought you're not supposed to form attachments. He responds, attachments do not lead to the dark side. Fear of losing the attachments do. And he says, I don't understand. How can you be attached but not fear to lose? He goes, treasure those around you while you can, and rejoice when they return to the Force. And he goes, death is a natural part of life. So it's just like, he goes, I have to live knowing that life and death are inseparable. It's, it sounds impossible. So that's why it's like it seems like he can find balance between the two things, and this is like I legit like this could be something that the show really does take, and it ends with like, no Padawan, it's not impossible, it is the way. I'm like, that's cool, that's so cool, it's like
that is so
that already
cool.
gives me goosebumps.
What if the war does start and then Grogu dies in the war and Mando, and that's what sets up Mando season 3?
There will be riots. People
in the streets.
People in Disney just screaming. Like, I mean, there's no way, man. There's no way that Disney's gonna kill off Grogu, like, with all the money he makes. No way.
I bought many Baby Yoda stuff. Stuffed animals and sheets and shirts and
I got the one that you touch and he'll start doing noises, or even if you walk by, he'll start doing shit. And like, I'll leave it on the table and the dog will walk by and he'll like reach out to the dog, and the dog like freaks out, jumps back and sniffs it. Yeah.
That's
so I don't know. Anything else before we move on?
I'm just going to repeat that Luke is a dick, making him use that choice. He's such a dick. Such a dick move.
I also feel like the Mandalorian is starting to like droids, because when R2-D2 turned off, he didn't say anything like, "Oh, stupid droid," or
That's right. I forgot about that.
Real good point. I love that. And I'm gonna say this last thing before we go. If Boba doesn't ride the Rancor, I'm riding. Plain and simple, I'm riding. Can't set up that thing and then never do it, never deliver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or never show Boba in the episodes.
Boba doesn't, not in all 3 episodes at end. What's that?
Yeah. Very, very true. Cool. You guys want to move on?
Yeah, let's go next thing.
All right. So now we are talking Peacemaker, episode 5 of Peacemaker. So as of recording this, the newest episode comes out on the 3rd of February. So we're talking about last week's technically episode, which is super cool. But yeah, so what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about how it started, the way it ended? I mean, I don't know. I freaking love. Oh, I forgot to play this.
Whole episode.
There we go. Nah, that's good. It's when that's the stupidest dance in the world. It's so good. Yeah. Real quick. Also, he said he's he's against James Gunn wants to get rid of the skip intro button just because because of that. I'm like, who skips that intro?
Oh, I skipped it.
Do you? Oh man, I can't.
I skipped it in the beginning, and now that I know who the characters are, I let it play like every other episode.
Yeah. I always catch something different where like I'm like, oh look, that person's in it, and I didn't notice, and so yeah.
Oh,
man.
It's
So, yeah,
hilarious.
so what do you guys think about it?
I play it every single time because I just love watching them with their serious face like this. This is stupid.
Mhm.
I really thought that once they got to the facility, they were going to see like a shipping list and then find that like their leader was on it.
Mhm.
I was really surprised to see it was a gorilla.
Did you guys think it was Grodd for a second?
Oh
Gorilla
my
Grodd?
god, I thought it was Grodd. That's exactly what I was about to say. I thought it was Grodd.
Mhm.
I was like, you gotta be a smart gorilla, the smartest gorilla. Grodd would be bigger. Grodd would be 10 feet tall and super strong and the smartest thing.
Doesn't need a butterfly.
Exactly.
Or a chainsaw.
That was awesome. That was so awesome.
Oh,
The
man.
way they set everything up in the episode is like, it's coming because Vigilante just said like, oh, I really want to kill somebody with the thing. I'm like, oh, who's gonna die with the chainsaw? And so it's like it's coming and it's still awesome.
How many times is it almost gonna kill somebody like that? Awesome, it'd be that awesome.
I know, right?
And then what he actually wanted to happen, he's like, he could have thrown it to me, and then I could have used it. Like he did that on purpose.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. He was like so jealous. But man, like I think they kind of say that Vigilante is like a sociopath. He's like, oh, I don't have emotions like other people. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Why you do the things you do? Did he
kill his parents? Yeah, that's the thing. They said that in like episode 3. So yeah, why is he talking about his parents? I killed them. I killed mine.
I feel like I missed that then.
Yeah, I missed that. I got to go back and check it out.
I think it's episode 3.
After it's all done, I'm definitely gonna like binge it one more time, like all through, all 9 or 10 episodes, just because I feel like there's something I probably missed. But
yeah, like
what do you guys think?
Rewatching the intro, I didn't realize that even that crazy neighbor is in the intro.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah. Judo master jumps up on his shoulders, like which is funny.
I want to see what all of his other helmets do now that we know that one does X-ray vision.
Mm-hmm. he snagged them all before he left. I like that. What was that last week?
What do you think the butterflies are?
I thought they were aliens. They explain it?
Yeah, didn't they? They said they were aliens, right? In this episode,
they say they could be alien race of things, but they say they could be. They didn't say specifically what they are.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it doesn't look like not a human or not an alien.
Yeah. I mean, and also they're going off of Suicide Squad, the movie, which was Starro, which is an alien. So maybe they're keeping with that kind of that same thing of like alien invasion. The PowerPoint in the beginning, how'd you guys like that when they're like how the butterfly gets in people?
Yeah. They're talking about any orifice.
Yeah. They're able to take something silly like a PowerPoint and he's like, oh yeah, everyone always wants to be stupid or silly with PowerPoints and do explosions or weird effects in it, and like that's what happens in this one. And then Peacemaker calls him out. He's like, oh, you suck at this and you tried so hard. And oh man, that was so. Oh, how about the list of people? Did you guys there's stuff at the very, very end, right, of the episodes? Yeah. I don't know if you guys watch.
Yeah.
So at the end, there's like a blooper or an extended scene, and the extended scene for this one was all the names he kept saying. Like
who could have been framed.
Yeah. Oh god, that was so. Even he's like Amy Winehouse, and she's like, she's dead. He's like, so what? And it's just. And then he gets into
15 minutes, like it's just his name. So
awesome. And then the post-credit scene, he has a bunch of more. He goes, Mario, Luigi. It's like, what? Yeah, that was so funny. It's just I don't know how people can't laugh at that because like John Cena is just so much of a fake person anyway, which is how big he is. He looks not real, and then him being stupid like that. Yeah.
Well, I watched him in Wipeout, and he seems really silly there too.
Oh. Yeah, that's new, right?
Yeah.
He was like on the newest season. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
he's
easily with all his emotions and stuff, and like he's trying to comfort him and all that stuff. I think that's like awesome. That Eagly's like the most in touch with it. Peacemaker's like emotions and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, I got you. Come give me a hug. I'm right here for you."
Yeah, and keeps giving him dead animals.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I mean, they make it like a emotional support animal kind of thing, right? I mean, how much he loves him and how much like he helps him out when it's like a crappy time. Yeah. What do you guys think? Why? Because he's got the butterfly in the jar and he feeds it. He's like keeping it alive and stuff. So like, what is he planning on doing with it? I mean, he's not the smartest guy in the world. So
you think he's gonna give it to like Eagly so you can talk to him?
That'd be fucked up. So.
I also feel like maybe Eagly would just eat it, like
probably just murder it and eat it.
Or what if he's able to communicate? What if they they capture Mern before he does anything else, and Mern's not answering any of the questions. He's like locked up. He's tied up and whatever, and then they use the other butterfly to communicate with him. He's like I trust Peacemaker or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's something that could have maybe.
Yeah. I don't. I still feel like there's some information that was named Mearns, right? Mearns is not giving because since he does have a butterfly, he is a butterfly or whatever. I still feel like he's keeping some information out of it, and I think what's his name? I keep wanting to call him Diebeard because that's what
Economos, whatever.
Yeah. I think he might be one too. Right, because remember at the end of episode
stuff,
huh?
He is doing a lot of super strong stuff. You just don't like take a chainsaw to a gorilla. That's not just a regular thing, I know.
But also, was it episode 2 or 3 when they capture Judo Master and he had to leave the truck, and then on the screen it says like possible butterflies, and they're like all over the world, just red dots everywhere. Like somebody had to have seen that, right? I mean, so I was like this, and they said in this episode they don't know how many butterflies there are. I think Hardcore said it. So I was like, there's got to be one other one. Has to be a butterfly.
Well, what about like that deputy guy that took over?
Yeah.
So are there like good butterflies and bad ones? Because it kind of seemed like he took over to keep Peacemaker like out of like the jail system.
Or what about butterflies were like scrolls? You know how they in Marvel, how they not necessarily bad. They're trying to get their own agenda done, but they're not bad. They're just kind of just there
doing their own thing,
doing their thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like secret evasion, or it's a secret evasion. It's really what it is. So that's what I'm just saying. Maybe they're just like the scrolls.
DC's get into it before Marvel can.
Yep.
For once. Yeah. I don't know. That's why I like this show so much. Is they give you the situation and then they start to change it a little bit where you're still not quite sure what's going on, because there's the whole Waller, situation. She's the mom kind of thing. It's like, what? So there's just a lot of happening.
Adebayo is good at Black Ops work, but it seems like they're teaching her Black Ops work. Is this all a game for her? Is she going to flip a switch and be something totally different, more like Waller?
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like she can't die because at the end it looks very scary.
Well, if Waller doesn't die after all the stuff that she's been through, I think Adebayo's going to somehow make it through.
There we go. One I might have missed. Oh no, I got it. Butterfly alien or starfish face alien race will win and take over, or which one would win?
I think the starfish people, because that main one just looks like it gets bigger and bigger, and then just opens up its armpit, and like even more fall out. Like I don't really see the butterflies duplicating.
Yeah, but we really don't know.
Right.
But we don't know much about the butterflies yet. Like, how do they reproduce? So, but Starro was awesome though in the movie. He was pretty cool. And then we have Andy over on Facebook. You think the Peacemaker can be with the Marvel heroes or just his own chapter, or I think DC. Yeah, because DC. Do you think? Well, if he could be his own, he could be with other DC guys, or is he his own like character? I don't see him playing with Superman and Batman.
Yeah, he was with Harley Quinn, and that kind of seemed to work out a little bit.
Yeah. Also, he doesn't really like Batman. Like in the last episode, he goes, "Oh, Batman's what he's like, he's a bitch or whatever he called him." He's like, yeah. So I can see him in another Suicide Squad, and if they do like another Suicide Squad spin-off character, I can see him going on that show. I don't see him playing with the big boys.
Yeah, because in his little theme, doesn't he say he'll?
He killed Flag. That's my only problem. It's like he killed Flag. Will they be able to accept him, or will it to accept him because Flag is known as this unbelievable guy, superhero guy, and even for part of Suicide Squad, they all love him. So like, I don't know if even he could do that.
True.
Yeah, because in his little like I don't know, his theme or his saying, he says that he's willing to kill children, like to keep the peace. And I don't feel like Superman and Batman would do that.
Yeah, or just let them kill children. So yeah. But I mean, we kind of proved that like he can't really do that. Like he had a chance to shoot a kid and didn't take it, even knowing that the kid is not even human. They were doing the butterfly tongue thing.
Well, you can see the
he still couldn't kill the kid,
right?
Yeah,
you see his character arc, and he's realizing that he's a douchebag sometimes, and that he's learning not to be an asshole all the time, and that people maybe are more than what they seem, especially with the Econos. He's like, oh man, look how badass you are. After he was giving all the crap, in the whole first half of the show, he's realizing he's doing these things, and Adebayo's helping him do that. So that's why I wonder, possibly,
what's her. Yeah, she has an alternative motive that we don't know yet.
Yeah, like with the diary.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that because that was an episode 1 type of thing, or maybe 2 that they brought back. So, yeah,
I wonder what is she? She's more than that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we got Andy goes, you think they'll make a part 2 of Suicide Squad? Probably. I guess I can see it.
Make money and bring both Suicide Squads together somehow.
Yeah. Well, he said there's going to be another character spinoff from his Suicide Squad movie. Which would be cool. And I can see them making another Suicide Squad for sure. It's just, I think now they know what to do and how to do it, and it needs to be goofy, silly kind of thing because that's what you're doing. You're getting Boomerang Guy and Captain Freeze or whatever the hell all these stupid villain names are. So yeah, you got to be goofy with it.
Like the polka dot guy.
The polka dot guy. Oh my god! And he was like one of the best characters. I loved him. Like he just saw his mom all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man. So yeah, I mean they'll probably go with Ratcatcher, I'm assuming, as the next spinoff because they're able to go deep and silly. Same thing with like Peacemaker, the deep and goofy kind of stuff. But James Gunn is a freaking genius. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he's able to do stuff that's so good. I don't know.
Last thing I want to know: what do you think? How do you think Outlier can get out of this? What do you guys expect when this thing comes back tomorrow? What do you expect is going to happen?
Well, I think that Hardcore is done with her beer, so she's just going to go back to the office. Because she was sending out the text messages. I think she's done at the bar. She's going to go back and save her.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then my other theory is that the mom's going to show up.
I actually think Waller's going to call. That Waller always is watching at all points of time, and Mern is about to do something, and Waller knows Mern is a butterfly, and she's going to call him and say, "You better not touch one hair on my child's skull, or I'll kill you." And then, like, he probably has a little explosion thing in his neck too, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Also, it's like he had an X-ray thing, which I don't know about you guys. When they walked into the building and you see her what's the heck her name? My God, what's her name?
Adebayo.
Waller's kid. Adebayo.
Yeah.
All right, I was having a break. When Adebayo is talking to the lady, and then just like her head blows up. I'm like, what the?
Yep.
I was not expecting that. I think I was like, I was eating some dinner like before the show, and I watched it, and it happened. Like, holy shit! And my girlfriend was like, what? And I was like, what the hell? I did not expect that. And then he's like, oh, X-ray vision. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But it also was like, why didn't you use that earlier, dude? Like, I would make sure everybody is not one.
Or like test it before you go inside, like.
Right. But
or
also
warn anyone that he's going to do these things.
Oh,
no player at all.
Yeah.
And she seems so normal and peaceful, just to be like, "Hey, how are you? Like, what's going on?" And then boom.
Yeah. Oh, that was insane. And she's like, "I thought you were gonna play it cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool." I was like, he was unfazed by it. Yeah, it was really fun. But I don't know. I really like this show. I think this show is, I mean, still it's number one. It's the most viewed show right now, streaming show. More than Boba Fett, more than anything else. So it's well deserved for me. I think it's really awesome. Anything else, real quick?
Wait till Stranger Things comes back. Stranger Things will take.
I really want to know what their food is made out of.
What the nectar, honey nectar, whatever it's called.
That's a good point.
Like human brain or something.
Yeah, is that the only distribution center? Like, now that everybody's dead, are the butterflies gonna die?
But there's millions of butterflies all over the world.
Yeah, but I think Hardcourt said like there could be a global distribution center or kind of thing, or a big one. So, yeah.
And one more thing, I did like the bomb that he threw. And she was like, "Why didn't you tell me to run?" He's like, "It's common sense. Like, you run."
Yeah. Sorry, I had to tell you to run from a bomb. Yeah. See, but then also like she felt guilty about leaving the diary. So I was like, I don't know what she is. Is she a hardcore like Amanda Waller in disguise? Then she wouldn't act like that in private, where it freaked her out so much. So that's why I don't know.
Maybe she was one thing, met her wife, decided to be something different, and she's trying to not fall back into her old ways.
Because she keeps saying like, "Oh, this is a job. As soon as it's done, I'm gonna go home." So I feel like maybe her mom's like almost blackmailing her, like, "Oh, go put the diary there, and then you can leave."
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. It's just
money, or blackmail is a good word for it, especially when man.
That's all she knows how to do. That's all she knows how to do. But yeah, I'm loving the show. How are you guys? If like you get, so you tell somebody right now, somebody's like, "Oh, should I watch it?" What would you tell them?
All of it
Yeah.
now.
And be prepared for John Cena.
In
Give him a
tiny
chance.
whities.
Yeah.
Seriously, give him a chance because I thought he was gonna be a crappy actor, and he is. It's just perfect for the role he's in. Yeah. Yeah. So it's really well done.
It's a B movie. Mark Wahlberg, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, I hate Marky Mark though. I do. He's an a-hole. Yeah. Anything else before we move on to the final show?
Just wait for 3 more hours so I can start watching it again.
I know. That's the only bad thing is like we talk about the episode. I guess it's not too bad. We talk about the episode before the new one comes out.
I think it's fine because you get to prepare for this episode. You can watch with this, and then you go see the new episode right afterwards.
Yeah, you can recap with us and then go over there. Anything else, Sandy? Before we move on?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Cool. So what's the last one? Oh, How I Met Your Father. Episode 4 on Hulu. I don't know. How you guys feeling?
This one didn't really blow me away like the other ones did. I didn't think it was bad though, because she's still learning about herself, and that's what Ted basically did. And
yeah. I mean, this one was really driven like her. I some of the other episodes were a lot about other ones, but this one was mostly about Sophie. Yeah, I'm finally not calling her Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's also what's the brother sister? What?
Lily? Well, no, not Lily.
Lily, yes.
Yeah. Jesse and Ellen, or
yeah.
Ellen. Yeah, Ellen. Yeah, Jesse and Ellen.
And seeing their connections and learning about them being separated from each other for all that time, and them having to kind of deal with that. I thought that was pretty good because I mean that happens a lot when she sees him as he was so old, he just decided to not come after her and be there with her, and actually really he was 9 years old and he had no other choice and didn't want to hurt his father because their mom was a dick or not a dick.
Yeah, the dad be alone.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I was there with you. That was really cute, but it also was like, I get it if you were like that when you're little, where you kind of blame, your older sibling, but now you're like 20 something, almost 30, and you still don't realize like your sibling was also a child that didn't know and had no control. I mean, I don't know if she just realized it then. They're like, oh yeah, you were 9.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah. So
I'm only 4 years older than you, so yeah.
Yeah. So
I like how they did need snacks though, so she sent her out with like $10. And he's like, "You think $10 is gonna get snacks?" Like,
yeah,
in 1980. Where I'm going to.
Also,
well, even when she came out of the store, she still came out of the store with a full bag of snacks.
It's like somebody owes somebody some money. Yeah. I want to play bobbing for apples in a tub of tequila now. I was like,
that doesn't sound fun.
It doesn't.
They didn't have goggles or anything.
Oh, I mean, even it'll go up your nose and your eyes. Oh God, no. But that was funny.
You need like scuba diving goggles, like where it covers like everything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Don't let it get in your nose.
I can't get over the date, Drew, that she went on the date with.
Mhm.
That's Josh from like Disney Channel.
Yeah.
No, I can't
Yeah.
even see him but anything but that. That's
Yeah.
all I see.
Yeah. I hate Josh Peck. And I said it a bunch of times last week. Saying it again. I hate Josh Peck. Like he's not.
Not a good guy.
I don't know.
Another person who's not a good guy. Who should
You know,
not
like
be
he
on this show.
he hung out a lot with David Dobrik, which is a YouTuber who's shown to be a real piece of shit kind of person. You know, hung out with him a lot. He when Josh Peck was trying to be a YouTuber. And I don't like Drew. I think Drew's a super pretentious douchebag. Like fuck off with your fancy wine. Go.
Yeah, all those fancy names. We had the subtitles on, and I'm like, "That's how you say that?" Like,
yeah, I was
Usually
like,
you go to
it's
the
not
menu,
even
say,
funny.
That one, you know, it's the one, the expensive one.
yeah, I want the white wine or the red wine, like sparkling or not.
Yeah, he was just. I don't like his character.
Episode though. You know what I mean? I remember turning 30, and that feeling like, okay, I'm going from 29 to 30, and am I really a real adult or anything like that? Because I didn't feel like a real adult. Because I mean, I'm still going hanging out, doing all type of stupid stuff. I will
Did
go.
you make a book nook?
I did a lot of. I remember. I mean, just little stuff like living in an apartment or, spending your money even though you have a bill to pay because you're not responsible for anybody yet. So like those are just things that you do going in your 20s and then going to 30. Like, okay, I got to become an adult now. And the nostalgia for that was really cool. So it's a double nostalgia for me. So you got How I Met Your Father, How I Met Your Mother stuff, and then the turning 30 thing was really big. I didn't agree with a lot of other stuff in the episode, but that was cool, at least for me.
I have never had a raw bar, so I like that she bit like the raw shrimp and then like panicked.
It's like that has to be cooked still. It could be cold.
That was funny. I was seeing who directed this episode or who wrote it because I know Dan Levy wrote the last episode. I don't know if he's gonna write a lot of this show. I can't find it.
Yeah, I think out of all of the episodes so far, I don't think this one was my favorite. Besides when they were looking at the books and she pretended to know, like, oh yeah, that's my book. Like,
yeah. Again, another missed opportunity. How are you not going to have that stupid book that Ted always talked about? Oh my God, was it Pablo Neruda? Remember he always like quoted from it, and like his the wife, the mother, who liked that book too. It was like,
I can't remember.
How are you not going to have like that book? I was like, I feel there's little things that just like little Easter eggs. They don't need to mean anything. Just be like just that book being on the list, and he like pulls it off. I don't know, like I get they're trying to separate themselves from How I Met Your Mother, but I was like, you're not really too much because you still live in the same apartment. So I was like, I feel like there's little things that they can do that they need to do.
They have like the playbook.
Oh my God. Yeah.
On the shelf. Exactly. That's what she got it from a Goodwill. Have the playbook on the shelf. That would be really cool.
I keep waiting for someone to get lemon lawed, like because they're all dating still.
Yeah. There's something they got to do. I'm still pissed off that the bar is not called Puzzles. Like, come on, such a missed opportunity. But yeah, I just feel like they just need to throw in some little Easter eggs a little bit more. That they don't need to mean anything. Just like a little shout out to like the fans of the first show.
Yeah. Like how they have the swords.
Exactly
like the swords. That was great. That was amazing. I was like, oh, they should do this all the time. It's kind of little things that if you saw all 8 seasons, whatever, that you know what's going on.
Yeah, or like a picture of a pineapple like on the wall. Like
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. It's little things like that. I mean, there's no way Marshall, Lily, and Ted would have left that apartment without leaving little notes or little things laying around for like future people to get it.
Yeah, or like an album or
yeah, like that's why I think I was telling Brian the perfect thing would have like they found like a balled up piece of paper that had puzzles from when Barney and Ted were drunk and thought up puzzles. So it was like, they're like, oh, that's a great name for a bar, and then they make the bar. It was like, why? I was like, it's so silly. Yeah. Oh, here you go. The cockamouse.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to have a comeback.
yeah, I don't think they killed him, right? Because they thought it had babies.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, babies. Exactly what it
said. Yeah. So hopefully they bring some this funny random little things back. I think that's all it needs. But yeah, I'm not hating it so far. I think they're really the one issue I had from the beginning was like I think they really need to develop the characters a little bit more, before I can say I hate it or love it. 'Cause I'm still in the middle.
Yeah, because like Ted and Marshall had that long background of knowing each other way back when. And I feel like the only ones that could do that would be the siblings or maybe
but they can't either
friends.
because they weren't around each other. They haven't seen each other for 20 years.
They were 5 or whatever. Yeah.
It's crazy. But I started to like Sid more this episode. I'll say that.
With his man ring.
His engagement ring or whatever.
He's going to become more essential, I think, in this whole thing very soon.
Yeah, I like how he dropped the keg and he's like, we don't talk about this. Like he just closes the door, like doesn't apologize, doesn't chase it. It's just like, nope.
Yeah. I like Sid. I like he's not like a ripoff of Marshall, but like Marshall was very innocent, and I feel like Sid is kind of like that. He's like, where Marshall, is like, oh, love and like, oh, I don't cheat, I don't do this, I'm a nice guy, funny guy, like honorable, I guess, kind of thing. Like, and Sid is kind of like that, it's like,
I mean, like doctor. I mean, it makes.
Boy, smart people. But yeah, even like Marshall, he couldn't even have a dream of having like a sexy dream without Lily dying first. Yeah. So yeah, I think Sid is definitely like kind of that innocent kind of guy in the show. So I mean, there's parallels to some of the characters which I like, and they're not like hard like, oh, this is an exact ripoff of Barney, or this is an exact ripoff of Ted, because like obviously like Jesse is more of the Robin, like very jaded and stuff like that, and Valentina is definitely like the sex craze kind of person in the group, like Barney was.
Well, Jesse still gives me like Ted vibes. Like,
yeah, too.
I think it's just the tone of his voice is what reminds me of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he introduced his sister, he was like, "Hey, meet my sister." It wasn't like, "Have you met?" But it's like, "Hey, meet them."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I feel like he's just not interesting enough.
That's why I also get. Well, I don't know. Nobody liked Ted in his random facts.
Yeah.
He doesn't give random facts, but he's still just there.
Yeah, I like Jesse. I think he's gonna have the biggest importance in the show coming up. But I like his character. They just are not really doing much with him yet. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I'm kind of how you guys feel with Valentina and Charlie, them two.
Oh, they're so weird.
Right?
She's like, "Get away from me," and she's like, "Okay, come back." Like,
yeah,
I think Valentina's going to fall hard for Charlie, and then Charlie's going to leave.
He's gonna move back, or just go away.
Man. Like go back to England.
Well, yeah,
he's the one putting all this stuff into it, and he's giving up all this stuff that she's not reciprocating it fast enough for him. And one day he's just going to be like, F it. And he's going to bounce and it's going to break Valentina's heart.
Yeah. He can't seem to catch a break. Like, he lost his spoon. He doesn't have any like of his inheritance. Like,
he walked out with all the money just sitting there like
Yeah,
the guy was just walking around like, I'm gonna take this money and run. Why not?
that's funny. That's funny. I don't know. I'm kind of like, they need to do less of them. Like, I get they like their weird sex, fetishes, things, whatever. It's just kind of like, I mean, Valentina throws in the random positive speech, like every so often to like Sophie, and that's about it. Yeah.
I didn't understand like the bathroom. Like, they come out and all those people are waiting there, which I thought they were waiting for the bathroom. She's like, oh, these are all the people we let on. And I was hoping that would backfire on her, but then they just left. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought they just waited to go to the bathroom. Like, there's only one bathroom in this hot ass apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought too. But I mean, it opened up to like the two women like Sid's ring. They're like, oh, he's nice. Like, it was like, that was kind of funny. But
we'll never tell him that.
Yeah. But,
I mean,
but yeah,
they have a lot of good points to it. A good, like, it's a good idea. I think it's a pretty good cast. I worry about the writing, and I worry if it's going to catch on. Surviving season 1 is going to be hard. If it survives season 1, I think we'll be fine.
Again, this wasn't my favorite. The other episodes I liked.
You guys hear all
this one was hard.
Everyone talk about the laugh track. Everyone's hating the laugh track. Like, there's like groups that hate the laugh track. It says so 90s sitcom-ish.
Yeah.
My
girlfriend
I don't hear
like hates it. Yeah, I kind of tone it out because I grew up with it, so I don't even hear it anymore. But yeah, like, my girlfriend's like, why? Don't tell me when to laugh because other people are laughing. Like, I'll know when to laugh, And I mean, that's the whole point of it. But yeah. But yeah, this whole episode was kind of like, just dump Drew already. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he doesn't fit with the rest of the group, and that was kind of Ted's thing too. Was like, she had to fit with the group,
Yeah, when you imagined them like way later, he's like, no, she wasn't sitting at the table with us, like, as old retired people.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not hating on the show yet. I'm still right in the middle for me. This one hasn't won me over. It's just, by the end of the season, they have to win me over. Otherwise, they have to win a lot of people over, I think, by the end of the season. Otherwise, they might not get a second season.
Or even next episode.
True. Yeah.
You're so right. I don't know. I'm probably on like the other half. Like, I don't think it's going to make it, but it has the opportunity to still do it if they do a really good written episode. It can still make it, but right now I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm willing to wait it out, watch all of them. So I'm on the fence, but I think I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I like Hilary Duff. It's just hard not seeing her. And I think I'm starting to like disassociate her with their character now. But
I'm starting to like her, period. I think I like Hilary Duff. I don't think she's going to be the problem, the make it or break it person. I think that she's going to be, I like this one, but are all the rest of these characters, well-rounded enough? Do they have strong character arcs that we're going to follow? Do I care about any of them? I think she's going to be the one that we're fine with. No problem. Besides that, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think the other characters have good opportunities to have good stories. Like Sid and Hannah, they have their long distance thing. Jesse, I think, is the only one where I'm like, he has the most potential, but they're not doing anything with him.
I mean, they're doing it with Ellen, and even then, there's still nothing there. There's just nothing there for it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. they need to start having their catch line, their like catchphrases. You know, like
Yeah.
Trademark.
that didn't stick. That
Yeah.
doesn't stick as much as yeah.
It's like that laugh track.
I f-
Trying to make it.
yeah.
Trying to try too hard. Trying too hard.
Yeah.
Just let it flow.
I forgot about the trademark. I was like, doesn't flow right as like suit up and you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was more like a jinx, like
yeah. I mean, they need to do their own version of slapsgiving, like the slap bet.
oh yeah.
I mean, that was
Oh,
still one of the best things. Yeah, that's one of the best things, and like that carried on for like the entire series. The entire series it was it, you know, I mean, they made a whole episode in the final season of just the last slap was epic, you know. So
epic. Yeah, it was so good.
yeah, so
That's what I'm trying to think. Like for How I Met Your Mother, I felt like they did a lot of flashbacks. They did like a lot of going forward, like all over the place. And maybe it's too early, but I feel like that's also what's kind of missing.
But that's because they were able to do that. I mean, because they knew each other for longer. They're just throwing this hodgepodge of people together, and they're like, "Hey, believe that we not trust them to be in our apartment all the time." You know, that you just met them 2 weeks ago. It doesn't make any sense. It's just it doesn't. The concept doesn't make sense. So I hope we took past that. And what's the moral of the story? Love your Uber drivers.
I guess. Dude, that's just such a silly way to make them meet. I don't know. They were trying to modernize something, but I was like, I don't think people meet like that in the real world.
Yeah.
I don't think like people like hang out with their Uber drivers later.
Because in the first episode, I thought they were friends, and he just happened to be an Uber driver.
Yeah,
that would have made more sense. That would have made way more sense. Yeah, you know, and then fill in the backstory later. You know, with you know, with like Jesse's sister. You know, like because she's the new person, which I'm all cool. I'm fine with bringing a new person in like this group, but I think majority of the group needs to be tight. You know, right off the bat. Yeah. You know, then you can bring in that one or two person, you know, like that are new, and that's how they tell the stories through, you know.
That's even what they did with Rachel and Friends. Like you already had like the group was already there, and Rachel was already there from the past. So it's like you're not adding a new person; you just bring someone who was from the past to the future. And I think that's the thing they don't have. They have no connection at all.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. It could get its footing and really start to shine, but it needs to do something.
It needs to do better.
It needs to do something. Yeah. Trademark is not a good enough catchphrase.
Yeah.
I forgot about it and I watched it earlier today. So that's how memorable it is. You know, legendary, you know, suit up. I mean, those things are forever.
Legendary is awesome. That's what she still, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they need kind of like that annoying friend, because I feel like that's I forget his name now, but Barney, I feel like that's how he was. Like he was annoying and they're just like, no, go away. But then like that's what stuck.
He just never left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get like there's no way in today's world that they can do
a
Barney again. Yeah. There's no way. And I think the closest you could do is like a couple that equal Barney, you know, so you have the guy that suits up and then the girl who is sex driven, and together they make a Barney. But I think that's as close as you're gonna get. I don't know.
I don't know. This show's gonna be legendary.
Maybe legend, maybe.
Yeah. That's one. So, what this episode? Neither of you were really feeling it.
No, that made me sad to say.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, the whole series so far, the first 4 episodes, I was like, can wait to see it.
The whole thing.
Yeah, just wait and then binge it all together.
Yeah. that's what I think is going to happen. The last couple episodes might be really, really good. That does it for everybody. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, if it does well and there's a good season, then we get season 2. Right now, I'm with Bryon. I don't know if they can get past it, which kind of sucks. But
and I don't get the reference with the heater. I've never had anything like that. So it just got hot, and then like did the knob twist or something? I didn't get that part.
I think it was a steam,
like a steam heater
in the middle, and the steam pipe in the middle thing was supposed to, you could release it and release all the steam, whatever. And once she broke the little knob, didn't do that because no one else has some pliers, a wrench.
Well, I had a hole. I'm like, doesn't she just stick it in the hole, or maybe I don't know.
All you gotta do is take it and pull it back down. Hey, we did it! No one has that.
And all of her windows are shut. And
I was like, Jesus. I mean, it is New York, I guess, but I don't know if you ever lived in like a cold climate area.
No, not really.
No. So some places have they're called radiators. So they for apartments, they kind of have let me see if I can find one real quick. Here we go. It's exactly like that, but it doesn't have a big pipe like that. I mean, obviously they did it for the show to make it funny, something like that. So I lived in many apartments that had this giant metal contraption, and it's just a steam heater. So the water goes in it, and it rattles all night. It's just like all night. It's super annoying. But there's a little valve right here that you can shut off, so no more steam can come in, and it literally just radiates heat. I burned my ass cheeks on this thing so many times because you bend over, you turn it, and it's hot. It's like legit, like hot
all the time.
Oh, is that why she needs like the glove and like?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that never gets hot, which I just don't get. But that technically the little knob doesn't get hot. But yeah, that's why she would need
a
it.
Wrench.
Or some pliers. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, she did say a lot, like, "Oh, I've been meaning to get that fixed. I've been meaning to get that fixed."
Yeah.
All you have to do to get it fixed, or you wrap the pipe. Like, I don't know. It's pretty simple to me. It's like a $5 fix. So I don't understand why it's a thing. You had $10 for chips after you had the raw shrimp. I don't understand. You gotta find out. Go to the store, the corner store, and get it done.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's a little thing. It was also like if you lived in like places like New York your whole life, you know how to manage like radiators. So that part of me is like, are you brand new? And I forget because I know a lot of them are not from New York. A lot of them like moved in from New York and stuff like that. So I can't remember if she grew up in that area, but like, being from Chicago, like that is a staple of my life, radiators. I don't have any more in the house we're in now. It's definitely upgraded, but that's definitely an old school kind of system that a lot of apartments have.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, how to work with that. If something breaks, how to get some pliers, and like that's like, yeah. It's like had the old TV before remotes were a thing, and the knob would fall off. You have pliers to change the channel. Like this. So
yeah, so that part of the episode was a little lost on me. Oh,
Winston from New Girl,
where he jerry rigs everything to make it work.
I never seen the New Girl.
You never seen New Girl, dude?
Never get
New Girl. Awesome.
It's so funny. It's like I think, are they also like in New York or some city place? And he's like, you have to turn this on and hold this. So you have like people in different rooms saying like, I'm ready. And then you can finally turn on what you were trying to turn on.
I was reading an article about New Girl. I think it was yesterday, saying that the two main characters, they usually keep out of episodes together because there's too much chemistry between them. So you can feel it every time they're in the same room. You can feel it in the episode. So it was too much. And they said they'll take everyone's mind off of what was actually happening in the episode. So they used to strategically keep them away from each other.
That's funny. That's fine. I know that's on the list. Like me and my girlfriend's just started watching Veronica Mars. She's seen it a lot. That was like her favorite show. I've never watched it, so now we're starting to watch it, and I'm kind of hooked on it. So it's also from the 90s.
Yeah,
that's on
So very. I mean, if it's not, it's very 90s, very 90s. But also, it's
right around Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I mean, they're at the same time. This is
Charmed.
98.
Yeah. So, but it's also like a group of people I never really cared to watch, like rich white people. Yeah, cool. Like I don't care about their problems. It's like,
are they really problems? Are they really?
I know. But yeah, so we're watching that. It's pretty good. So I know she watched New Girl and she likes New Girl, so that might be on the list later. Because you can only watch How I Met Your Mother so many times before you repeat the lines word for word. So yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
I just have high hopes for the next episode.
I do too.
We need
help. Yeah. But yeah, cool. Let's move on. All right. So I don't know if you guys want to finish it here, if we're already going for an hour and a half, or you want to just BS for a little bit.
We can finish it here because as we get closer to Moon Knight, I mean, we're gonna talk about some of the stuff. Even Loki season 2.
My bad. I didn't mean to press that.
Loki season 2. Let's go. Moon Knight. Let's do this.
That in my Marvel list.
Yeah, you got all your Marvel list. So how far down the list are you to being fully caught up?
Let's see. So I just finished Runaways. That's number 309. And the list is 534.
Oh my God.
So at least halfway through. But some of them are small. Some of them are like commercials or just little like skits.
Yeah, they had what are they called? The one shots, I think, at the end of some of the movies.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, a lot of it's good, and then a lot of it, I don't know if any of it's gonna be like Runaways and Cloak and Dagger. I don't know if that's gonna stay canon, because now they can easily say that's a different universe.
They've already taken it out, I thought, and the new canon was canon.
Yeah. So we'll see. But there are some other shows that I do want to watch, but hopefully we'll have time for. If worst case scenario, we can always like skip a week and then like do like episode 1, 2, and 3, or 4, 5, and 6, stuff like that. Because Pam and Tommy just came out today, which is on Hulu, which I really want to see because it's Sebastian Stan is Tommy Lee, and Lily James is Pamela Anderson. Seth Rogen's in it. Nick Offerman's in it. I really want to see it. It looks really good. And it's about their sex tape, obviously. So that's out. And then Bel Air is coming out soon.
Bel Air's coming out, yeah.
The Orville, Picard, Moon Knight, like you said, and that's just until the end of March. So
even the Batman thing, I was actually okay with watching his relationship with Catwoman, and I'm thinking that might save the movie, because if it doesn't, Moon Knight might be more interesting than Batman or the Batman, whatever it's called.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, Moon Knight's gonna be awesome then, no matter what. Batman, we'll see. Just because I feel like Moon Knight is gonna be part of the bigger picture, so you're just able to do little things like that.
Moon Knight might only be a 1 season thing.
I can see that. I mean, same thing with like Falcon Winter Soldier is probably a 1 season thing. WandaVision's a 1 season thing. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see what we will do next week because we might skip How I Met Your Father and wait until a couple more episodes are together and then do a little bunch of episodes, you know, like do 5, 6, and 7 or something like that. So we can like get started with Pam and Tommy if you guys want to do that, or Bel Air. But Bel Air for sure. For sure I want to do Bel Air because people were talking so much crap about it when they found out that they were doing Fresh Prince remake, and they're like, why would you do that? And then the trailer dropped and everyone loved it. They're like, okay, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Yeah. So it looks good doesn't mean it's gonna be good. So,
but that's something we could talk about. I mean, it's something we could rate and actually rate and see if people will want to see it.
Yeah. So I want to do that. Where we go? Are we starting second season of Iron Fist now? Oh, we are starting second season of Iron Fist. Okay.
Yeah, I unfortunately watched the second season of Iron Fist.
I thought the second season was better than the first season.
I thought the first season was terrible, and I thought the second season was terrible.
First season for me was terrible. Second season was tolerable. But it was.
Is he not as like naive? Because I feel like that was a lot of the first one, to be like, oh no, you're all wrong, I'm right.
Season 2, he's the opposite. All of a sudden he knows everything, and I'm like, how? When?
Yeah. I think the side characters become. I can't remember her name, but the girl he trains with.
Kathleen or
Kathleen? Yeah, I think it's Kathleen. She plays a bigger role, and I like it. She turned down a Marvel role. They asked her if she wanted to be something in one of the last movies. I can't remember what. And she wound up. Oh, they asked her if she wanted to be in the Eternals, and she said no because she's holding on hope to have Kathleen come into the MCU, which I wouldn't mind. I really liked her in Iron Fist. I was like, just do her story. Forget Iron Fist. I liked her. But she was really good. I think she saved the second season.
So, well, I like how they mix them all in. Like how she's in Luke Cage also, and she's helping the detective like get her strength back and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like Luke Cage a lot. So that's why I really liked it. I liked it. I like the comics. I like the series. I liked where they were going. He's the crime boss. I would love all of it, but Hell's Kitchen is a whole different thing in Marvel. So.
I mean,
and the arms dealer too. How he's in like the movies. I think he's in the movies, but he's in all of their shows. Like, I think his name is Turk or something, and he's always selling like hammer equipment and.
Yeah. He was on. He was in Arrow. He was one of the bad guys, I think, in Arrow for a little while, wasn't he?
Should we end the broadcast?
Yeah. We go. This is what happens when we go off into stuff. But yeah, next week we'll talk about some other stuff. All right. Let's. Oh man, my computer's back weird. All right. Let's get out of here, guys. Thank you, Sandy, for joining us this week. You're always welcome to come back on whatever week you want to come on and talk whatever shows.
Next week, let's see you.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. But cool. That is it from us here at Spoiler Kings. We're gonna do Jackass Forever on Monday. So if you guys wanna go watch Jackass and come back and talk all that craziness on Monday. So, all right, guys. All the links in the description to follow us everywhere. Go coming out with us on Discord and Facebook, all that good stuff. But we are out. We will see you guys later. Bye.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.